Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to use the targeting feature in Bargain Buddy. So first, you will head over to the Rules tab in the menu bar right here. It will take you to the Rules page. If you have already created a rule before, you can click here to start, or you can click Create New Rule. Next, you will head over to the targeting page. So before we start, let's talk about what is targeting. So targeting is the feature that allows you to set when and who to show negotiation option to. Let's start with when to show negotiation option. So this is very useful if you don't want to allow negotiation right away when a user lands on your website. You have two options to pick. The first one is always show, and the second one is show on user behavior. First one is very straightforward. If you pick it, the negotiation button will always appear right away when your website loads. And usually this button will be under your add to cart button or your buy it now button. So the next option will be show on user behavior. One thing you'll notice right away is that now you're not only showing the negotiation button, but you're also showing a chat pop-up message. So the reason being is that if you take a look at the behaviors right here, oftentimes when one of these conditions are met, the users have already scrolled through the negotiation button. So you will need a chat pop-up message to remind them that they still have the option to negotiate. So let's take a look at the first one, show on a timer. This is very simple. Every time a user stays on your website for a certain amount of time, they will be shown a negotiation option. You can select between 3 seconds to 5 minutes. The next one is very straightforward as well. Every time a user scrolls through your website for 25% of your website, 50, 75, entire page, they will see the negotiation option. So the last one is a little bit tricky. This one only works on desktop devices. The reason is because this option actually tracks the cursor movements. So every time we detect that the user is trying to close our page or move to another page, we will show the chat pop-up message to them. So one last thing to note when using this when to show negotiation option is that you don't have to meet every single condition for the chat pop-up message to show. You only need to meet one of them for the message to show. Great, so let's move on to who to show it to. So the first one is show only to returning users. If you turn this on, we will only show negotiation options to those who have visited your website before. One thing you have to note is that we only track user data after you installed our app. So you will want to install our app for a while before you turn on this option, because it will give us time to gather enough data for this option to work properly. The next one is show only in specific countries. This is very simple. You just pick the country you want to show. The last one is show only to specific traffic sources. So this works best if you have multiple traffic sources. Let's say you have traffic from Facebook, you have traffic from Instagram, TikTok, and you only want to offer negotiation option to those from Facebook. You can do something like current URL contains FB click ID, or whatever is on the URL. So this case, only those that came from Facebook will see the negotiation option. It is also important to know that all these settings work together. So all the conditions must be met for the negotiation option to show up. So in this case, we only show to returning users that are in these countries and that are also came from these traffic sources. Great, if you have everything set up, you can simply click save and your rule is ready to go.